way to another
Flexing
site,
achievements
and
then having an ego is different. What do you mean?
That is just an IGL's dream, and I can't wait to see the innovations that happen.
What happened to you now?
You'll notice a couple of the other roles shifting slightly as well here. We talked about this.
Becoming a millionaire changed him.
We're slightly more amorphous, if you will. I think that's a good word to use about the way that they play their roles, changing up a little bit more, a bit more flex heavy on their player count.
Same barber.
Kind of
that's fucked up, bro.
Certain roles on certain maps.
I just haven't had a haircut in a minute, man. Leave me alone.
Pretty much go for relatively the same agent comp on every single map here.
Listen, you want to know what changed me?
Need to bring those onto the table.
Fucking motherfuckers in chat talking shit all the time, bro. You think I had anyone in my chat talking shit to me back then? No, sir. I'm out here. I gotta defend myself out in these streets, bro. I gotta defend myself out in these fucking streets now. I got fucking gold 2 Andes. Myth, you actually should have played that out that way. You fucking suck.
It's a stack towards A, well, at least for showers right now.
Fuck my balls.
Thieves and specifically Nitro, but it's actually Asuna at the front of the pile. Have a boombot come through, but Asuna will deal with that.
So you could blame my ego
up to Mata here
on the motherfuckers in chat. How about that?
Using that nade. So far, so good from them. It seems like ANDBOX, a lot of information.
It's you. You did it.
With a heck of a play to try and get across the U-Haul, and he makes it work, avoiding the wall and avoiding getting locked out.
Money changed me. Money did change me, bro. I ain't even gonna front. It did in the right ways, though, bro. Did I ever tell you guys a story, chat, about where I live now? Bro, chat, there was a where I live. Bro, they power wash the sidewalks and shit. You know what I mean? It's a nice area. Safe, clean. It's a good spot.
Roster in a while here is now going to put himself into a 1v2. There's the tag to bring out Hiko, and it works.
And I'm not used to that. So when I moved here, I was like, what the fuck? They power washing the sidewalks and shit? The fuck are they doing? Sweeping the leaves? This shit's crazy. But then one day, I went out to go get some food. And as I was walking down the street, there was a fight happening. And I was like,
seconds left on that spike. Pick up the pistol.
Well,
in my neighborhood?
After what we were just witnessing before,
violence
up against 100 Thieves after a fantastic plant, able to work their way onto site in excellent fashion, just very explosive. That was really it. After that, though, it was the straight Seb show. I mean, even at 32 HP,
that is unacceptable.
That bullet punch just too harsh for Nitro when he did get dinged, so not able to keep that.
That is unacceptable. What is this outlandish behavior that I'm witnessing from afar?
Economy. Have to see what they can possibly do
peculiar
for these frags, and ANDBOX to be expected. Full spectrum.
But yeah, man.
Aggressive second round.
Shit is different now.
From them, we've seen
but it ain't bad. It's okay.
When it comes to that one, sometimes not fully investing into it, but ANDBOX are of the opposite camp, saying, "Nah, we're gonna spend all of our money here to really shut you guys down." And so far, that's working out pretty well here. Seb dominating on the inside of Hookah. Boy, similarly coming in for the assist there to take down Hiko to make sure Vice would be able to stay alive, Seb as well in that situation there. Steel will at least get some revenge. He'll take
behavior is rather shocking, indeed.
To work it here with the pistol, but
I can't believe this. A fight.
Unfortunately, getting killed. Boy will take him down. ANDBOX will
within my gentrified community.
In the process.
And not too big of a deal there for ANDBOX. And I mean, they were 100 teams able to get a frag, but really, what does that mean in the grand scheme of economies, right? They're going to be able to at least limit someone's possible buy, but let's see exactly what can go on with that. Mata actually going to go for the Sheriff. Everyone else locking in those Spectres still. Just want to stay with that money.
I like some of the comments in chat. This is unbecoming of my community. I will not stand for this.
I haven't seen anyone do it just yet inside of this series.
Dials 911.
Cool things come in from certain squads, like an Ares coming in every once in a while, or even a rifle.
Yes, officer.
Light armor. But this round now popping off already.
There's violence.
We already have a trade go back and forth. That's Mata for Steel.
Yeah, A-Short takes direct contact between those two players, and they'll trade each other out, both going down out of that scenario there. Nitro and the rest of 100 Thieves, though, ready to move in very, very quickly through the garden route over here at B main. They'll walk their way in. Seb, ready for the challenge potentially, but Paranoid.
Then you'll have the fucking, yeah, the person on the other end, right? The fucking person that you call on one. Can you explain to us what's happening? What's going on in this fight? Well, two men are arguing very loudly.
Also, some more big moves,
and it's getting quite scary.
To make sure
please
they're able to
send an officer.
Control that site. Mike gonna go working his way onto the ground here. Vice and Boy trying to aggressively retake though. This is what I talked about with ANDBOX. They don't care about the normal rules of engagement. They don't want to wait for the right time. They want to get in the face of the 100 Thieves roster and try to shut them down. It's ended up working out though.
Winning the round. Let's go.
Able to easily counter that one and get a very important first round on the board.
Oh, and this is the round right here. Let's see what they can possibly get done. It's going to be full rifles for both squads, but we believe we could have a possible light armor going down onto Vice. We'll have to see exactly what happens with that. Yes, actually, indeed, it is going to be a light armor here for Vice. That's a really, really big deal. Obviously, on Breach, he'll have to buy most
Old Myth was more buff than new Myth. Honestly, bro, I believe it. I was going outside a whole lot more.
Stack up on anything else. That comes
probably
back to bite
was
him later on, but definitely going to want that utility to try and fight these 100 Thieves members.
Mata potentially going to be first up to bat here on the inside of Showers. Takes down the Boombot, and in the process is going to swing right after that. Flash just not hitting him in the way that it needed to. So Mata will be able to work his way forward. The showstopper as well, and let's try to get a third. Maybe not.
Almost.
We'll be able to finally deal with this volley, and at the same time, Steel works his way out through a short onto the site.
Yeah, please tell Riot to consider African servers.
Putting him into a delicate position.
Riot, consider African servers.
Solid here, hiding behind decent cover. Swing works his way out from Ethan. The Aldrone's going to reconfirm the position of Ye.
What do I look like?
Be careful, the Hunter's Fury locking him into that corner.
There's
nothing he can do except bow down to Hiko as he's taken out by that ult. Seb trying to lurk back in here. Really not far behind either. He's waiting back over in the vent, trying to play from there. Seb with the first contact, though, finds the engagement, gets a dink on the Hiko as well, so he'll be low after that engagement. Boy has to try and work his way in, but no, Hiko already has the angle pre-aimed for him, takes him down, gets his 4th kill on the round, and a 2nd overall round in the game.
What a round from both of these teams.
2-2.
100 Thieves try to force their way inside of A, Showers, but it doesn't work in their favor at all. Immediate that's through the wall. To take them down.
That's a funny story that I like sharing.
Immediately after, 100 Thieves,
the fight
instead of just trying to back off and go for a B rotation or something along those lines, what do? Well, they actually force up shorts, and it works out in spades. I mean, we see a beautiful shot come through for Ethan. They take full site control and get the spike down whilst also gaining man advantage. That's not something you see every day, especially when a raise pops off like what we saw from Mata. But now, it seems like we're back into the action already. The shower contention coming through for both squads.
Nebula down on the ground there, so the members of 100 Thieves not able to do anything about that early aggression from ANDBOX as they work their way in.
I need to stop sitting like a fucking hooligan when I'm watching, when I'm doing these watch parties, bro.
You don't want to go all the way in through the Nebula. Now we're starting to see pressure from 100 Thieves.
all sorts of bent when I'm done watching these shits.
Boy, potentially ready for the challenge, but that's a lot of damage going on to him. Tries to pick up a kill before going down, but not going to happen. And 100 Thieves just running over this defensive effort here on the eco from ANDBOX. Seb, the only player left alive. They're even going to revive Nitro. That gets wasted though, and Seb even gets himself a 2nd before going down.
Seb.
Ultimately, however, 100 Thieves still control the round. Now take a very important.
I live in an apartment. I do live in an apartment, but the apartment is part of like a little, you know.
It's painful here for 100 Thieves.
Apartments
still be able to
especially
buy,
in LA, are still part of like neighborhoods.
There's
apartment buildings fucking everywhere over here.
So they wouldn't have to rebuy at that point in time, and they would have had fat economy if that would have been able to happen. But Seb just too good in that moment.
Why do you still have the same fashion style?
100 Thieves not able to assist quickly enough from inside hookah, but that's gonna be that. We're down to rivals.
You know,
once
you want to
again
know
here,
some real shit? I don't know how to dress myself to look good.
ANDBOX looking to reassert the lead that they got for
I thought about this the other day.
Like
if I had to dress up, I don't know what the fuck I would wear.
Took control there, but unfortunately have lost it since.
And I mean like really dress up.
Ever since they've been able to afford their buys.
I don't have any dress up clothes.
I pulled himself off here at a short. We are going to see the wall work its way up, but he's able to still have himself an angle to work with here. Due to the fact the wall clips slightly onto that box, and that portion gets taken out as a result here. Line attempt still going down. Boy tries to make a play, but he's countered out. Meanwhile, Fox able to hold their flank here, so either kill the flank watch, open up a flank opportunity for themselves to play back in from a short.
What I wear when I want to dress up is like jeans and a thermal.
ABX needs something to go well for him here, as there has not been a single light at the end of the tunnel. Finally, Seb with something, but it could possibly be a train. Watch yourselves inside of these tight corridors. As we get hit by anything, finally, we see the Killjoy ult come out, and it's for ANDBOX here. Defensive one, but Asuna steps up to the plate with a big swing, takes down 2. Showstopper as well. Can it get a 3rd? No, it can't.
Wow.
And I also think that's going to be the defuse for Ye.
Almost Asuna.
Close here. Is he able to get it? Locks it out, and .09! .09! That doesn't happen! That's 2 inside of 1 game!
2 out of 3 of these rounds won by ANDBOX were won on a defuse, and both of them had less than 1 second on the clock for the defuse as well. ANDBOX having some absolutely insane timing here to just barely clutch out these rounds.
I want to try to wear some overalls.
Some unfortunate misluck trying to win these rounds out there. ANDBOX battling their way back into it. Some great play from Ye, as well as the rest of the ANDBOX roster to shut that one back down, get themselves into the match, and battle back here against 100 Thieves, who were looking to take control up until just that last round.
That's got to be a breaker right there for them. Obviously, probably not for 100 Thieves. All of these players have been around the block quite a few times, but that's definitely one of those mental things. Just, come on, man, we can't get one. We've delayed for so long. Just as a show here, well, actually, no, as soon as I say that, already some action inside of the A site, as we have Asuna already inside of heaven, as ANDBOX try to work their way back in. It's a plant yet again, and they're waiting for the retake.
ANDBOX trying to play this off site, but the position of Asuna, they come back to bite them. In the meantime, Ethan as well catching a surprise kill on Boy, I believe towards Lamps. So Asuna having to go back in to check for that. ANDBOX actually making quite the effort to work their way back in though, considering all the control.
Bro, I swear to God, these gunfights,
they're still very much
the person that always dies, I'm like, bro, you shouldn't have gotten that kill right there.
Of the Lamps, and he can't be stopped. Vice to cause problems here. The fault line working its way in. Stun out the players sitting in Lamps. Tico can't do anything to stop that either.
Damn.
Some unfortunate timing as he looks away. Just
this is neck to neck
for the entry through the door.
They're fighting.
Another close defuse here for ANDBOX. I'm pretty sure they've got this one this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get my team.
A lot more time left on the clock. 3.7 seconds this time. Much safer. And more importantly, much more in the lead as they actually have it now at 4-3.
Just to show y'all what the difference is between a round where the diffuser goes off at the very last second and something where you have 3 seconds. The average human reaction time is 0.23 seconds. So when you see things with like 0.78 and stuff like that, that's actually just like insane. It's such a close margin to actually exploding. It's practically impossible. But 100 Thieves run it back onto A here. I mean, that's some crazy stuff. They immediately go for the plant again. They go for a very, very similar play, able to get the spike down the exact same location. But this time around, ANDBOX don't try to go for the early aggression. Instead, waiting, biding their time, and go for the retake. And it goes off with flying colors. 100 Thieves not able to get the frags early on necessary. And now onto the save round for them. They're able to get one, but Mata immediately refrags.
Great weighted aggression working its way out into the B mid here. The problem is they're being flanked, but I'm not sure if they've caught it just as of yet here. The push already working its way out guard onto the site. Oh no, here's another problem. Steel making some big impact here. He's gonna throw the cage out to allow him to escape and wrap back around. They know the garden route is clear for the taking. Nitro's already got dark cover down on Hookah, so there's not gonna be an immediate retake from Mata and Vice. They have to wait this one out, potentially try to counter flank the players working their way over towards Long out onto the site now. And as well, the only other player they're going to have in this engagement is still way over on A, waiting for a call to jump in the portal. So this is going to be a potentially very one-dimensional retake from ANDBOX.
Yeah, I kind of got a little
itch. That can cause some serious problems.
Play some
They're going to have the
Overwatch.
dark cover capability. That's going to get re-thrown down. The attempt to hop out of it with blast packs. We're going to see the Hunter's Fury working its way out here to try and confirm this. But Mata making impact up until he gets behind the box, that is. Finally going down to
I got to hit Radiant
Info
first.
working its way out here as well.
I might become an Overwatch streamer for a little bit after I hit Radiant.
Leaving it all on Vice.
Not gonna lie.
With a great
Ethan,
transfer, but unable to
huge.
take down Ethan. Just too consistent here from him as he prevents what would have been an absolutely incredible clutch. And more importantly, solidifies another tie point for 100 Thieves.
Ooh, that flashpoint right there was so scary for 100 Thieves. Beautiful, beautiful stuff from Vice, but just cannot get it done. Too many targets inside of that area.
Wait until he gets above
100
gold.
Thieves right there. Turn the eco into something
I'm high
magical,
plat right now.
especially with the ult game coming through. Able to lock down the plant for an even,
I
even
placed high
longer
plat.
period of time, as well as finding those earlier frags to actually
20
get some proper
2800.
firepower. Steel picking up that rifle and making it work. 100 Thieves really bringing it to ANDBOX right now, and it seems like Bind is going to be a lot more back and forth.
Some good HL timing here. Should make impact. Asuna trying to get to the other side of it, but only ends up splitting him off from Hiko. Hiko's sitting behind a Nebula as well, but that's going to get pulled away here. Mata really chasing Hiko down. You're not getting away, my friend, as Mata picks up the showstopper kill, bringing it down to just 3 here for 100 Thieves. But they make impact. They make their mark known at Garden, and that's going to really pinch Ye, forcing him to stay on the inside of Hookah here. He will get a rotate from Mata, and it doesn't look like the other player that was out at mid for 100 Thieves is going to try and rotate back in and pinch on that. Just going to play in the site here. So 100 Thieves got to be careful. There's already a lot of pressure working its way onto them. 8 shells reignited from Mata there. He's able to fully get a kill this time with it. But Ethan, again, the important player here, still picking up the trade. Steel falls on the site, and now it's all down to Ethan from the elbow here. Diffuse already well in effect from Mata. Third player actually isolated out. Doesn't have a great angle onto elbow here. He's going to pick up the kill, but unfortunately still way too much time wasted on trying to get out in the open there. Way too many unknowns for Ethan to play off of. So the Diffuse is well taken care of before he even is able to fully swing from elbow.
Very hard round there for 100 Thieves. Didn't have the manpower on site to keep ANDBOX away. Really have control of the back areas as well, especially over towards Hookah, and that's really what ended up biting them. Got some nice frags early on with Ethan, and he had control of elbow, but that didn't really translate into.
Is this a first map? No, it's a second map.
But still, great offense there from 100 Thieves, able to get that spike down. So we'll see what they try and set up for this time around, as it's going to be quite a weird round indeed. Steel and Ethan, both with Vandals, but we have a Frenzy, Ghost, and Classic setup for Asuna, Hiko, and Nitro. This could be a pretty crazy one. Ye's popping us off right now, though, so we already have the early engagement, and it's going to go ANDBOX's way. The second one as well is Boys manning Garden. He takes down one. Looking for the second. Ethan swings wide, and that slots in nicely as well. Could have seen the barrel there for just a second. Does he have the read on Nitro? Oh no, such a poor time to Telly, and Nitro tries to work his way out of Garden, but immediately gets caught off guard. ANDBOX with a very quick round 10.
ANDBOX
leaving themselves in a good position here. 6-4 overall inside of the half. Definitely making their mark inside of the early round, which was that problem we were talking about back on Ascent that they had been struggling with. They were kind of being forced into the play style that 100 Thieves wanted them to play. This time, they're dictating the pace. They're forcing 100 Thieves into their own game, and it's definitely showing results here. How much so is still going to be the question. We got 2 rounds left. The possibility for ANDBOX is solidifying 8-4 half, still very much alive and in the cards, but 100 Thieves know that as well, and they're not going to be too happy if that's the result. So let's see what they have for the revenge plan on round number 11.
Well, Ye, forward contact. Gets a lot of information on that spike. Asuna picked that up as well when he crossed. And Ye, such a strong position, almost with a quad, but gets a triple instead. Still lights out when it comes to shutting down this push. 100 Thieves now with only Hiko and Asuna, but they're still going to give it a shot. Asuna walks in, he claims Boy's life for his own, and slams this spike down.
Asuna waiting for the contact, and he's potentially going to get it very quickly, but the showstopper denied by the doppelganger. Mata taking him down and leaving it all onto Hiko here in a post plant. 1v3, does have both dark types if he wants to try and play off of that here, but no, he wants the contact instead, and that'll be a mistake. Vice takes him down. ANDBOX secure a 7th and are now well in the lead for the half, with one opportunity to really push that envelope. The final round of the half is coming up right here.
So 100 Thieves finally running into some problems with the early aggression from ANDBOX. This time around, it being Ye inside of Sand. And what a play from him. I'm assuming that's exactly what we're going to see here. I mean, this was just read so well by them. Able to,
realistically, should have got more out of that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. Yeah, almost the quad kill there if the spray pattern favored him, but just was not there for him. But still, I mean, it was a nice attempt there from 100 Thieves, but
1 second, Chad, I don't have you up right now. I gotta pull you back up.
To hit their mark, and they just can't seem to find the early info they need on what ANDBOX is doing.
There you are.
ANDBOX going to keep up the aggression. No need to slow it down, especially when they have these constant nebulas being sent out pretty much immediately at the beginning of every round. They want to try and take that contact on the inside of showers. Asuna and the rest of 100 Thieves are used to this by now, so it's business as usual for them as they'll owl drone their way to the inside of that. Paint Shells is going to hold back the immediate take. The At the same time, they're leaving themselves open for a short push here. They're well aware of that, though. Showstopper even out for Mana, but he's gonna get sent out, deals decent damage to.
Look at ANDBOX just like, here's an ult, go ahead.
Meantime, Yay, partial rotate from him to get off that Hunter's Fury, trying to punish the pressure working its way out from 100 Thieves onto a short. It'll work. It's going to force 100 Thieves back. Most of their push now being centered on the B take, but even that's going to get scouted early by Steel here, or excuse me, as Steel will get scouted out by Yay. And whether the team's going to react to that or not is still yet to be seen. Only Steel is the spot, only one player seen, so no call is going to come in until this utility is used. Might be too late for Yay. He's still able to go 1-for-1. Problem is, though, we're in an even fight. 100 Thieves have full sight control. Great paranoia timing coming out here as well. That's going to blind out Mana, guaranteeing the kill for Asuna. Trade works its way in. Steel will get res back up here as the chaos is going to continue, and we are still in a 4v4, all things considered here.
No, we're not.
Treacherous now, but actually, seems as though
excuse me, that's the UI.
The cake was a lie. The cake was a lie. That's what happened.
I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense.
The overlay is bugging. Dude, this overlay is always fucking tripping, dude.
What's going on? 100 Thieves, though, able to get the
this is the overlay that will never work properly.
That's my one big message.
You're fine. You're fine, man. You're fine. You know,
it's a good overlay, but it just doesn't. It just seems
done this like one
it has like the
time.
most bugs ever.
And we're having some fantastic series so far to commentate over. I mean, you can't not be happy when you're commentating this kind of matchup between 100 Thieves and ANDBOX. 7-5 at the split. 100 Thieves not able to get around ANDBOX on their defensive half, and I honestly have to put this up to the amount of reads that ANDBOX was able to get on these situations, whether it be through owl drones or just straight up walking at 100 Thieves a handful of times. Now the aggression coming through for ANDBOX once again, this time on the pistol round, and they're able to make it work. 2 big frags inside of Showers.
100 Thieves say, okay, you guys want to play contact to Showers every round? We can do that too. Nitro going directly to the inside here, taking stance. Now Vice going to be able to sneak up in front of him. That jump will have been heard on the other side there. Flashpoint out, and it works. Do the right click on the jump to be able to seal the deal against Nitro. And also get back control over the spike.
Damn, son.
Aggressive roster on ANDBOX here now as well. Not going to commit themselves to the A site, though. You can notice here, Yay has already lurked himself out onto B for free. So just going to call for
our boy Poach is playing today, baby.
There's currently no info on this for 100 Thieves, so Yay is going to be allowed to go all the way up to the defender route as well, giving him great control over his opponents. And actually, this is interesting. It's evolving a little bit here for 100 Thieves, just considering the fact they have this potential to pinch out. I'm not sure if ANDBOX realized this is happening to them just as of yet. They're working their way out through short, so they're actually going to leave the site completely and allow for ANDBOX to take it through the vent and Showers positions and get this site basically for free, because you can see it on the minimap there. 100 Thieves are long gone. They're not turning around. They're still going to be until they realize it right now that they've made the fatal mistake. Ethan hears that, immediately turns tail, and they're going back.
So you want to know how we got here? That's what Ethan's thinking right now. His beautiful fake there by ANDBOX. I mean, that was really the opportunity that he needed to try and get Spike down. You see 100 Thieves already ready for the opposite push, but now the trades ensue. We're down to the 1v1 steal. The right click so strong right now, and he also gets the ghost. Very low HP for Vice. A single bullet deals the damage to take him down. Oh, amazing gauge here from Steel. That'll block out the flash points. The blast point.
Oh, it gets him!
He can't get away from it.
He has to run to the
Steel,
right.
Too much damage, and Vice wins it from the utility.
The aftershock just barely having the angle onto Steel there. It even looked like he was relatively safe going into the corner. I saw the warning go away for a second, it looked like, but apparently not. Steel was able to deal damage to him and take him down. Great usage of the utility from Vice there in order to clutch that one out. Knew he was in a dangerous position after he got himself dinked upon.
That is unfortunate, dude.
Knew it wasn't going to be a good idea to try to take contact again and potentially suffer the same exact fate. So he plays it back, plays off of his utility. Steel, to his credit, does try to do the same exact thing.
Some watermelon.
Not able to find a safe corner to avoid that damage and ends up going down.
Those little one-on-one engagements where you see the biggest big brain plays with utility, I swear. Obviously, we have a lot of good combos that happen inside of VALORANT.
You know, like when you used to go on, like, go to the park with your family when you were younger?
Like an aftershock
Maybe you still do.
That's something that you never see.
When you bring a cooler with some drinks,
I can't remember the last time that I saw somebody die to that. So now for ANDBOX,
Capri Suns.
Mostly focused on, well, every aspect of the map, as you assume, as they're on offense right now, just trying to see currently where 100 Thieves are lying, and the entire squad currently on B as they're trying to force their way out of Garden, and it works. That means they're also going to have a firearm going into the later half of this round. Mata, possible cutoff here. He's able to find Asuna. He's immediately going to vacate the premises. They know the spike's going down on A, and he'd much rather assist his team.
Boy, potentially with a good lineup here against Steel too, but Steel, man, he's been on fire today, and he's gonna keep that going, shutting down Boy on the inside of Showers, keeping 100 Thieves in this retake. You know, the ANDBOX roster trying to fight aggression with aggression as they wildly swing two of their players out through short to try and take care of that retake. It does not pan out though. 100 Thieves win the large majority of the fights. Will still keep 3 players alive upon completing the retake and solidifying their 6th round. It's going to be coming out for them as well there.
And not only a thrifty, but a dastardly one at that. 100 Thieves full stack B site.
Chat, you want to know what actually is kind of banging?
Frag out one guy in long and then simply steamroll their way back towards A.
Well,
picking up
to those that are
along the
of
way,
age,
getting new
of course.
guns. I mean, look at this right now. You can see Steel is the
Anyone
only
here ever
one
had
that actually has a rifle. Everyone is down to pistols and trying to contest these Spectres and other SMGs. It's a very difficult thing for them. So for them to be able to pull off that round, that's a huge deal for 100 Thieves' future on this defense.
This is that aggression that we were talking about for ANDBOX, where they throw themselves at their opponent, sometimes to their own deficit.
Mike's lemonade one
saw in the previous round there, but that's the strategy they sometimes live and sometimes die by as well, as we just saw there. So that is going to more than likely continue over the course of this matchup. Not so much in this round, unfortunately, for ANDBOX, considering their economy situation here. Just pistols to play off of in this round, so we're going to see a much more aggressive 100 Thieves as a result of that. The swing out through B main, get some control over the orb for themselves. Seth, though, with a nice response on the inside of Showers, to be able to destroy Asuna there, picking him down, and going to see him 4v4.
I guess the good news is
I'm very
control of the Vandal if they're gonna try and frag out for it, but
I'm very uneducated when it comes to booze.
There's nebulas everywhere. Dark cover, it doesn't matter. ANDBOX cannot close the distance to get close enough to actually have any effect on these 100 Thieves members. Yeah, pretty cool single tap inside of Showers.
Yeah, Mike's Hard Lemonade's kind of nice. I had that
100 Thieves
for the first time
with the weapon
not too long ago.
100 Thieves only 1 round away now from tying this back up again at 8-8 and being able to take
basically anything that just doesn't taste like
already has the
alcohol
advantage in the series, up 1-0 in the previous map, a 13-7 win on Ascent. They take this one, it's over. ANDBOX is heading down to the lower bracket, and 100 Thieves are 1 step closer here. Challengers final. A little bit more hesitant this time on some of the initial posturing from the ANDBOX roster. Ye being very cautious as he swings the long angle and tries to make sure there isn't a push.
My family drink or not?
To take control of the orb, or
my family doesn't drink really.
Players now trying to take control of this themselves. Ye will spot out Steel, knows he's going to be holding inside of the garden position. Steel gets tagged, so he'll re-peek out. But in the meantime, Ethan doing a solid job holding on top of the B-site pipe, taking down the first attempt from ANDBOX to get control of Hookah.
I mean, you know, there are claws there. You know,
going to be fault line, or are we going with
claws are right?
The rolling thunder.
I mean, I don't knock them.
I assume that it is. I mean, my breach play. I'm not trying to say, you know, I'm a breach man or anything like that, but definitely not the case for me. Let me tell you. But either way, definitely has that rolling thunder, and it's a big threat when it comes to any take ever. Such an amazing ult, but doesn't really matter when you have Steel still shooting like this. That Bulldog still and as effective as ever. Nitro's gonna ult, but canceling that and staying inside of U-Haul. This is still a perfect setup for 100 Thieves. No real reason to change it up as they continue to take it down.
I don't like beer though.
Yeah, Nitro just beer's fucking gross as far as I can tell, and really leaving ANDBOX in a position where I don't even think they're going to make it a 10
beer's
now.
just
a long rotate. They might just be trying to.
Beer's fucking gross.
From what I can tell here, so this is it.
Can't
ANDBOX completely giving up on round 16.
I'd rather drink vodka shots than fucking beer.
Very solid hold, specifically on the B side of the map. They were able to shut down multiple pushes from ANDBOX, whether it be the attempts to work their way up long or even trying to get their way inside of Hookah. All of it shut down by the B team there. Ethan and Steel doing some great work in order to control that. So 100 Thieves tie us up.
You are a child. I am a child, dude.
Will conserve their weaponry going into the next round, but it's still not going to leave them in a great position.
That's what I hear when people talk about beer. It's an acquired taste. But like,
that's gonna leave them.
I don't think it's like, what is an acquired taste?
That last
Isn't it just abusing your fucking tongue enough to where it's like, I don't mind this anymore?
Garden from 100 Thieves to shut all of that down. I mean, ANDBOX, they had the opportunity. They actually ended up stacking over on B for the obvious execute, and it was all supposed to pop off with Vice sending in that Rolling Thunder, but Mata dies trying to claim space inside of Hookah, and that's exactly why we started to see them back off. They didn't have their main entry there that could actually follow up on that Rolling Thunder. It was just not going to be nearly as effective to just try and save it for a round down the line or a possible retake if needed.
Like, I definitely don't consider myself to be a drinker.
Well, I'd say. I mean,
but I am curious
really
to hear about like what people's favorite drinks are,
from them so far
and seeing
this,
like there's a whole
series,
market to it. You know, different people like different things, and it's interesting to me.
Coming along across the board.
There's like history behind drinks and shit. It's weird.
First half or so of the round going by, relatively uneventful. Actually, a pretty passive.
I'm always like interested in trying what people
had until this point in the series here. Steel, of course, ready for the challenge once again at Garden. Should we end up seeing this stack from ANDBOX work its way in towards the B site? They do need to rotate their spike carrier into position as well as one other player. So that's the current explanation for the holdup on the ANDBOX side.
Like water, water's fucking great, dude.
This wall couldn't have come at
Love
better
water.
time. 100 Thieves immediately.
Water's my most
presence and
drink.
Out at least some of the firepower from his opponents. Look at this play from Steel inside of his own cage to pick up 2 before going down. Great intel going their way.
What's the past tense of
control did work its way into the hands of ANDBOX.
It's my most drinking drink.
Seb, the only player alive again is 100 Thieves completely.
I wish I would have gone to college.
They're going to take themselves onto a 9th round here.
Well, ANDBOX get forceful with the or the Rolling Thunder, excuse me. Doesn't work out for him very well, though. We're going to have a plant here by Seb, so at least get some money off
Go
of that.
now? Dude, I think about it sometimes.
Nitro's already
I swear to God, I think about it a lot, actually.
Another round here for 100 Thieves. As they
Imagine,
link them together.
big announcement, chat.
Ult point on over to Hiko, as he's now 1 off from that.
I'm going to college.
So nice setup from 100 Thieves, and
going
really
back to school.
No troublesome rounds so far for them, at least in like the last
big announcement stream.
Definitely the case here. 100 Thieves really controlling the pace of this game, just like they had been doing on Ascent, and that's the dangerous thing. ANDBOX did have some leverage over this previously, especially looking at the last half, but haven't really seen that transition too well into the attacking side just as of yet here. Ever since we got into that second half,
junior class,
really starting to take over, came back pretty much immediately. And now has the lead by 1 round over ANDBOX here, potentially.
Okay, no cap though. I actually really want to like
4 rounds. Boost up here.
I really kind of want to learn some computer science.
The blast pack, but going to take more aggressive positions this time against the potential short run. Well, that's not where the pressure is going to be coming from. For those of you, of course, who can't already.
And I don't think I need to go to school for it, but I definitely want like an instructor or something. I want somebody to like grab my hand.
Go in there a little bit too late, but
just to see how it is.
Trade's going to work themselves all over the place. Ultimately, it's brought down to the wire here. A couple players just left standing. Only 1 left standing here now for 100 Thieves. The pressure's enough. They get their way into the site. And Steel, the only player left standing. If there was going to be someone to come out in the clutch, though, Steel might be the one to do it. He's been having a great match so far, but not
as a computer science major, stay the fuck away from computer science. It's fucking hell. Here's the thing, though, right? Here's how I view it.
Finally,
I wanna have a skill or knowledge on the world, right?
Set up for B. It was always
and I feel like computer science is such a fucking pinnacle of what our future is going to be, that if I ever have the opportunity to really dive in and learn something, I kind of want it to be computer science.
Not only showers, but also short from a pretty cool angle over on the U-Haul truck with the ice wall.
Now, I don't know if that's the right line of thinking, but that's how my brain thinks about it.
This round will more than likely be read out by ANDBOX, but very nicely done by them, and great job on shutting down the retake by 100 Thieves.
ANDBOX looking to take control over this map. They have
only wanting to learn to flex on plebs now because you want to learn it.
Style for the opening moments.
That's not what I said. What the fuck?
At least for that previous round. So once again, they'll set themselves up for it. Try to go for a more all-in sort of take here. Hunter's Fury out from Hiko, and he's got the lineup, but at the same time, there's another Hunter's Fury on the other side. Bit of a laser battle here between the 2 Sovas. And as well, Cosmic Divide working its way in. Suna won't pay any respect to that. Goes right past it, works his way forward with the showstopper and shuts it down, or at least tries to shut down the push. Ultimately, not going to be able to get a lot of damage. Paint shells into the corner too. Sees the gun from Mata.
Good stuff,
a quick execution onto him. As 100 Thieves are continuing to put pressure onto ANDBOX, force them out before they've even begun their execute.
You should run.
And previous round, 100 Thieves backed off, let off the gas just a touch, but this time fighting fire with fire once again, and it's working out so well for them. Attacker Killjoy down now as ANDBOX attempt to work their way onto A. They push out of the dark cover. Vice with 2 nice shots and a triple on the round now, but Asuna here to still hold onto his space. Able to get 1, but now seemingly a plant possibility here for ANDBOX.
Civil engineering, you're a good builder in Fortnite.
Thieves inside of this one versus 2.
I don't want to build a building
down now though, so they're going to know his location. Fault line through doesn't do too much though.
That.
Will just delay time and allow Vice to make it to plant. Still
Rolling Thunder ready here for Vice as well, so we can potentially chuck that out. It's gonna go right towards Heaven after he hears the noise. Ethan tries to dodge it, but just gets the edge of it, forced into a corner and shut down by Vice himself. Eco left alone now on the inside of Heaven here, trying to play it off. Vice gets a close angle, but that's a mistake. He exposes himself, and Hiko gets the second as well. In the clutch, a 3K on the round. He knows he's gonna pop off for that one too. Plenty of time left for this defuse. 100 Thieves going up to 10.
And that right there, folks, is exactly why you res your teammates in those clutch situations. Hiko,
please give a definitive answer. Oreos or chips ahoy and why?
Happening inside of that round until
bro, you can't make me choose. What the fuck?
The void, and Hiko
any professional snacker
what a play from him.
Can't choose the Hunter's Fury, between those two, dude.
For the 1v2
you just can't.
Who better to do it inside of North America?
It's not right.
Absolutely the case here. ANDBOX, a momentary glimmer of hope a couple rounds back as they're finally able to scavenge another attacking round for themselves. They're first on the half, if memory serves me correctly, as well here, but immediately losing that translation. Look at the buy they have going into the 20th round here. It's not looking great. 3 rifles for themselves. Mod at least going to be able to justify a Spectre purchase here.
If I have to pick one,
a second ago, and that actually allows them to get
Oreos,
that 3rd rifle. But Seb,
but I don't think it's a fair comparison.
Only having the Sheriff to play off of here, so we're getting to the desperation point. It seems for ANDBOX.
Soft cookies or hard cookies? Which one is better? Soft cookies are better than hard cookies. There's no debate about this.
Squads and who was going to end up winning this? We saw initially earlier.
There is no debate.
Rolling Thunder.
If you ever baked cookies and it's come out hard and you were like, oh, yummy, a hard fucking chocolate chip cookie,
already having them.
My favorite. You are a spawn of Satan.
It just seemingly did not break in ANDBOX's favor.
I hope you burn in a fiery hell.
And now we're here. They have to try and save. Steel's going to get some damage off as he starts to pressure down B long. Sells an opportunity in Fountain. Takes down Boy. Can go for 2. And he'll do
okay, that's a little too far.
If you're ANDBOX, still have an
but listen, man, for real. Let's have a real conversation.
A real conversation. Frenzy over this offense.
Listen.
Mata comes in with a momentary trade as he retakes B mid control.
Soft cookies.
Potentially going to be able to swing out here and retake Fountain
Make
control into long. Also,
like a hug.
Grouping up with him here.
A hard cookie is like an abusive relationship.
FTFU and listen, we're lucky you got an actual team to carry you. I'm stuck down here in Silver 1 and have shitty teammates who are fucking dumbasses. It's funny, Lamau.
Cautionary, slow rotated teams from the rest of the team over the next couple moments there. Ethan with a good shutdown against Ye brings it all onto Mata here. He can't get anything done either. Ethan just too solid in this situation. He gets the 11th for 100
I feel like people that prefer hard cookies, they've never had soft cookies.
100 Thieves.
They don't know what's on the other side.
Situation and
pressure, but they just accept what they have. They think that's all they got. They think that's their only option.
Did not happen. Steel coming up in a big way here for 100 Thieves, and the rest of the squad able to lock things down when it came to that last little push. That ice wall boost from Nitro there, extremely scary as well. What an angle.
Very, very scary indeed here. 100 Thieves sitting in a great position.
Listen, man, all I'm saying,
pretty much the worst that could be right now. We're gonna be honest about ourselves.
If you wanna be on good terms with me,
into the previous round,
you bake me a little peanut butter, chocolate chip, cookie.
Going to have the sheriffs and then
listen, man, if you can bake, I instantly like you. I don't know what it is. Something about motherfuckers that can bake.
Still gonna be rock solid.
I don't know. We just on good terms. You can manipulate the fuck out of me, bro. I'll give you money. I'll loan you out some money if you bake.
From ANDBOX
you're instantly on my good list.
Playing for B. We do have a bit of a lurk going on from Seb, and he's slightly supported.
You could be a fucking serial killer. I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even care. As long as you make some bomb-ass brownies, bro.
He's on his own with regards to the actual fight.
And all of ANDBOX currently just standing at the gates of 100 Thieves on both sites, just trying to find any of these.
I'll find you in the middle of a park one day, digging, you know, digging a hole and shit.
Hard cookies are better for crunchy.
I'll be like, hey, you gonna give me those fucking brownies next week, right?
Fault them for that.
Okay, I didn't see shit here. Carry on.
Here, flashpoint out. He's dead. Boy soon to follow if he keeps peeking like this. Nitro still ripping him to shreds through the box, and Boy finally falls as it's all down to Mata for ANDBOX.
What the fuck is I gonna bake?
Mata, the big man on campus here, trying to clutch out the 1v5 with just a measly little sheriff here, trying his best. It's actually a great angle to try and peek it from. He's got the right idea.
What's up with brownies we talking about? Listen, man. Talking about the nice, warm, gooey chocolate.
He's just having himself a bit of a fragging.
No nuts in them.
At this point. No.
If you put nuts in a brownie, you should be arrested.
That one down and solidifies.
If you ever come to a party and you know I'm gonna be there and you're gonna make something and you put fucking cashews or almonds in the brownies, I'm going to call the fucking cops.
Now 100 Thieves once again fully in control.
Do we have an understanding?
Here on Bind, ANDBOX need 3 to force us into
another note.
And even if they can,
if you make homemade oatmeal cookies and put raisins in those motherfuckers instead of chocolate chips, I will also call the cops and report you for being a traitor of the United States. Motherfucker, I'll get the FBI on your ass.
Any concern about A as they start to force their way up short. Oh man, Asuna, or excuse me, Mata, all the way out.
You had a choice to make, and you put raisins in that bitch. Why?
The showstopper
Why?
comes out to play, and it's an explosive finish.
100 Thieves is winning, dude. This is Dunzo. Uh-oh.
And it's Nitro that actually gets taken down as he was simply
Yikes.
man in the angle. Asuna continues to spread through the smoke and finds these frags.
It's not over.
No control over the spike even really to play off of here, sitting right in front of the portal. Seb gets
wait a
out of the corner,
second.
at least, and all of a sudden we've got a round in front of us with that pick here. We're into a 2v2.